All right, welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. It's a minute past 7 a.m. on this great Tuesday. Before we get to the discussion, allow me to take you through the front page of our local dailies. Very fast, I have got three newspapers here: the Standard's, Daily Nation, and the Star newspaper. Let me start with what we have on the front page of the Star before we get into our discussion today. All right, so on the front page of the Star newspaper, fertilizer subsidy inside states 32 million bags in 4 seasons. Fertilizer subsidy inside states 32 million bags in 4 seasons. Program now spans 45 counties, 417 sub-counties, and 1,382 wards. That is countrywide. And it has been put there. You can take a look at that story on the inside pages of the Star newspaper. There is also an expose here. Nancy Gathongo exposes financial rot in elite secondary schools. Nancy Gathongo now exposes financial rot in elite secondary schools. That's a story here, another on the front page. And most widows with HIV infected after burying husband. And this normally happens within a span of 2 years. That's another sad story there. You can take a look at it on page 9. Opposition now demands answers from IBC on polls. That is another story of main focus, where opposition is now demanding answers from IBC on polls. That's on the front page of the Star newspaper. What does it say there? And Kisumu governor race heats up as aspirants court voters. Kisumu governor race heats up as aspirants court voters. We have got several aspirants who actually have been highlighted by the Star newspaper. Development record, economic promises, personal popularity, grassroots mobilization, and the ability to build alliances are emerging as key battlegrounds ahead of the election. And the 6 candidates highlighted here by the Star is Kisumu Central MP Joshua Ron, Senator Tom Ojenda. We have got former Governor Jack Ranguma, who wants to come back. We have got Kisumu West MP Rosa Buyu, and Woman Rep Ruth Odinga, and finally the Deputy Governor Matthews Owili. So with 350 days to go, that is the situation in the lakeside city of Kisumu. So there are top 10 counties by fertilizer redemption as per the Star illustration here. You can take a look at that. It has been illustrated on how counties received bags of 32 million bags of fertilizer in 4 seasons. So that is on the inner pages. And finally, the Gathongo exposed illegal fees, financial rot in top high schools. Audit report shows massive procurement irregularities and illegal expenditure. That is the Auditor General, Nancy Gathongo, has actually said that the parents are paying millions of shillings in illegal fees in some of the country's top secondary schools. Illegal fees. That is what is here, illegal school fees in some of the top secondary schools. Gathongo also revealed massive procurement irregularities, illegal expenditure, and widespread financial mismanagement in the institutions. The revelations are contained in the latest financial audit report for the schools for the period ended June 30th, 2025. Okay, so let me just take you through some of the schools that are, according to the Audit General, this has placed a heavy financial burden on parents amid tough economic times. And Alliance High School collected 42.25 million shillings through a Parents Association support program. The report also shows that parents agreed up to contribute 30,792 each in March 2024 and later 26,000 in 2025. That is as per the auditor's report. And now at Mangu High School, parents paid a total of 55.95 million shillings in extra levies. Okay, that is what's here. And we're just waiting to, and there's so many schools highlighted by the Auditor General. So And finally, on politics, opposition demands answers from IEBC over 2027 election. The team has raised concern over preparedness and independence of the agency. We'll be taking a look at that story shortly. What do we have on the front page of the Standard? Inside the conclave. That's also the front page of the Standard, inside the conclave. All right. And the gentleman on the front page is former Deputy President and DCP party leader, Rigathi Gachagua. The Standard reports that DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua has emerged from his 55-day Wamunyoro political conclave with a clear message. He wants to lead the opposition into the 2027 presidential contest to oust President William Ruto, but he is willing to step aside if a stronger candidate emerges. The former deputy president says that his nationwide consultations exposed deep anger over the economy, education, healthcare, agriculture, taxation, security, and governance. That is on the front page of the Standard newspaper. And of course, there's a story here of an Narok teacher who has won world record after publishing 20 books in 2026. Talking about 2026, we are in the month of August, and in 8 months, he has published 20 books. And he's now wins world record. That's impressive. That's impressive. And of course, over 150,000 first-year students apply for university scholarships. That is when it comes to education. Rising university enrollment is putting unprecedented pressure on government funding, and now hundreds of thousands of students are expected to depend on scholarships and loans with academic year. Okay, and finally, as we talked about, Kenya on alert as El Nino rains could continue until into January 2027. That's according to the weatherman. The Kenya Meteorological Department Service Authority has forecast above normal rainfall across most parts of the country during October, November, and December. Let me take that. The Kenya Meteorological Services Authority has forecast above normal rainfall across most parts of the country during October, November, and December. That is the season, with several regions expected to continue receiving rain beyond December. That's continue until part of January. Areas highlighted by the Meteorological Department is Nandi, Kakamega, Vihiga, Bungoma, Siaya, Busia, Baringo, Nakuru, Trans Nzoia. We have Uasin Gishu, Elgeyo Marakwet, West Pokot, Kitui, Nyamira. We have Kericho, Bomet, Kisumu, Homa Bay, Migori, and finally where Mheshimiwa Sankok come from, Narok. So you expect to get some rain, Mheshimiwa. And the region will begin receiving rainfall from September. That's in a few weeks' time. That's next week. And that will continue until January. Are you ready?
Very ready.
How ready are you?
We have been ready, especially in Narok. We know there have been the issue of floods in Narok in the past. But that was solved by the administration of the former governor, Samuel Kunda Tunai, together with the former president Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes.
They actually controlled the floods through some water pans in series, and then again through channeling the water to the river.
Yes.
So nowadays in Narok town, we are not fearful of floods, unlike in the past. In the past, there was a day, I used to have a clinic, Loita Medical Services, inside Narok town, in CBD. So one day there were a lot of floods. I had to go to the roof. I had to be taken by my staff to the roof of the building.
Because it was overflooded?
And it was overflooded, and the building just next to us collapsed, and 15 people were swept away by the raging waters. So we really thank Samuel Kunda Tunai, the former governor, together with Uhuru Kenyatta, the former president, for solving that issue permanently. Okay. Otherwise, we'll be talking about another 20 people being swept away in Narok town.
Great. We'll be getting back to that. Today you are in blue. You are not in The normal green.
I like blue because,
Okay.
you know, blue is the color of the sky. It's the color of...
You'll tell us.
Okay.
You'll tell us why you're in blue today.
Okay.
The Shagwa ends 55-day conclave and shift focus on opposition pick. He says that if he's not the favorite, then he'll support whoever the team will pick. Finally, Uhuru defies critics as Ruto allies question his political role in 2027. That is what is here. Uhuru's no-sponsor declaration has failed to quell speculation over the influence ahead of the 2027 general election. And finally, what do we have on the front page of the Daily Nation very quickly? Salaries crisis hits counties. Okay. And we have... Mheshimiwa Narok is not here. I can't see Narok.
Narok is okay. Under the stewardship of Governor Patrick Ketureto Lendutu, Narok is okay.
Okay. Let me tell you what this Daily Nation has. There is workers are struggling to pay school fees, rent, and loans because salaries. There's a crisis in salaries which has hit the counties. Affected counties are one. We have Bomet, Baringo, Bungoma, Homa Bay, Isiolo, Kitui, Kisii, Kericho, Kwale, Laikipia, Lamu, Meru, Nakuru, Nairobi, Siaya, Tharaka Nithi, Taita Taveta, Tana River, Turkana, Trans Nzoia, and finally Vihiga. 21 counties out of 47. Narok is not here.
Of course, Narok cannot be there because our governor, actually, we nickname him the King of Development. So there is no way we will be in that list. We are always on the list of the best performing governors.
Yes, one of the best performing counties, actually.
Yes, so any time they mention the best, Narok is there. Anytime they mention the crisis of salaries and poor management, Narok does not appear anywhere. Yes.
Are you privy to, maybe not talking on behalf of the county, their annual revenue collection?
Narok?
Yes.
Or any other county?
Narok County.
I may not be privy to the annual, but I know
you can ask the governor.
From Masai Mara, we collect quite some amount.
Yes.
But it is well utilized.
Okay, very good. All right, so let me take you back to what the question is all about. Now, Mheshimiwa, you've been around.
Yes,
and you've seen Kenya grow.
Yes.
In leaps and bounds.
Yes.
Mheshimiwa Sankok is a member of parliament of EALA. First of all, Arusha iko sawa?
Arusha iko sawa.
Very good.
As usual.
Great. So let me ask you, the first question, you are in blue today.
Yeah, I told you I like blue because blue is the color of very calm skies, the color of our oceans, the color of very clear waters emanating from tropical forest, which we are blessed with. But naturally, I wear green because green is also another color of life. It is the color of green grass. Yeah. Which then pastoral nomadic societies will be very happy with it. It is the color of very healthy crops. It is the color of the tropical environment. So I urge all Kenyans, you know, when we have the combination of blue and green, then that one is paradise, you know. So I urge all Kenyans to go green. Please go green by planting more trees.
Yes. That is symbolic. This blue, does it represent something that I'm not aware of?
Like what?
Currently.
Like what?
What energy are you giving today? Is there anything happening out there?
I know you are going to ask the political parties, but I can assure you there are 96 political parties in Kenya, each of them with a different color. So if I put on red, you'll say it is Jubilee. If I put on yellow, you'll say it is UDA. If I put on blue, you'll say it is Linda Mwanainji. If I put on green, you'll say it is DCP. But I will not walk naked to please you. I'll have to have a color.
Okay, okay. I get it. Great. So now, yesterday, Mheshimiwa, I asked a question. You've been there before.
Yes.
And the United Alternative Government Principles signed what I call personal unity pledge and coalition unity
Before even we go that
agreement.
Just allow me.
Okay.
Yesterday, we lost a very important advocate for person with disability, Honorable Beatrice Mitaru Njoki.
Oh.
She was an MCA nominated to represent person with disability in Kirinyaga County and as person with disability across the country and even across East Africa. Because even during my swearing in, she was very active in disability advocacy in East Africa. So Honorable rested yesterday. She had been fighting cancer. And I can just tell the family, may God give you grace to overcome such loss. Person with disability, there are 6.5 million Kenyans with disability, and the more than 20 million East African citizens with disabilities. All of us are mourning. So may her soul rest in peace.
Condolences to that. Condolences to that. Okay. So let's just come back to the topic. The UAG signed all the principles, apart from some of them who are not present. They signed a personal unity pledge and coalition unity agreement. And the principals who were there included Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, Fred Matiang'i, Justin Muturi, Eugene Wamalwa, Peter Munya, Lenny Kivuti, and Omingo Magara, with Cleophas Malala signing on behalf of Rigathi Gachagua. You know all of them. They are your friends. So the question I want to ask you that they signed this promising to stay together until 2027. But the question is, what makes this agreement quite different from the previous ones, which actually collapsed even before general elections?
You know, Ben, let me repeat what I said somewhere in January this year, and even late last year, around December. And I will repeat again.
Yes.
I'm a member of UDA for now, and I don't fear at all the united opposition. I have always stated that what I fear is the possibility of a third force. And I predicted, and it is coming to be the major player in the Kenyan politics. That is a combination of Babu Wino, Edwin Sifuna, James Orengo, Ndindi Nyoro, Winnie Odinga. You know, that combination, Muhammad Ali,
yes,
that combination is politically very lethal. That is what I've been worried about even before we buried Raila Odinga. You know, when Raila Odinga passed on, because I knew any political party without a party leader is as good as dead as a dondo. You remember what happened to Kanu?
Yes.
When Moi retired from politics, Jogoi Kanyamasa. What happened with NAC when Kibaki went to PNU? NAC ikaisha.
Yes.
The famous NAC, you know? What happened with PNU when Kibaki retired? Ikakufa. What happened with the URP when Ruto left URP? It is dead. What happened with the Jubilee when President Uhuru retired? It is dead. So I knew ODM will die, but I was fearing that third force that I knew it will emerge. And if the UDA brigades will have had me, we will not be worried today. Because this is united opposition. For me, I don't care about the agreement. It may collapse the way the others have been collapsing.
But some of them collapsed after, not before the elections.
If they go with the agreement to the 2027 general election when they are united, then as a member of UDA, I have all the reason to worry.
Okay. Look at it this
especially if they loop in the third force I'm talking about. Yes, if they loop in the third force I'm talking about.
So without looping in the third force, they'll not have enough energy to stay strong until the election time.
You know, this Rigathi Gachagua, that guy is also very lethal. You know, he have been a colleague in the 12th parliament, and people underestimate him. You see, we thought maybe after 2 weeks, he will not be there. But today, no newspaper without the headline of Rigathi Gachagua. No topic like you now, you have called me here. I'm discussing Rigathi Gachagua, who is in DCP, and I'm in UDA.
Yes.
You have even discussed even my green suit related to Rigathi Gachagua. So that guy is not a joke. So if they don't loop in,
yes,
general election we may be facing a second round.
Give me your honest analysis of the current political situation in Kenya, from where you sit.
I think we are missing the point, especially us who are campaigning for UDA. We think Kenyans are supplicants always seeking favors So we have taken handouts, camouflage them, or rename them as economic empowerment programs. But I fear that it may backfire. You know why? When you give out handouts, Kenyans are very well aware that it is not your own money. It is their own taxes from a liquidated infrastructure. Probably a higher percentage is stolen, and then a lower percentage is brought as handouts in economic empowerment programs. But the best you can do as a Kenyan leader is to reach maybe 10% of the population, of your voters. If you are an MCA, you can only, because of your resources, even if you liquidate a few infrastructure, you can only be able to reach 10% of your voters. And if you reach 10% of your voters, the rest of the 90% will say, let the 10% vote for you. Because they don't know why they were excluded and others included. Because what criteria? You know, when you apply for a loan, you know, probably I miss out because they wanted a security of a logbook and I don't have. But for the handouts that are being this here and there, like now the Alcalao situation, somebody got a mattress, somebody else did not get. What was the criteria of using to give this person a mattress? And even the 10% voters that you are reaching, others will say, what was the criteria for somebody to get 1 million and another one to get only 1,000? They may even decide, out of the 10% that you have reached in your handout, only those you have given the highest amount will vote for you. Those you have given a low amount will not vote for you because they don't know the criteria. So this campaign strategy may backfire terribly. Terribly. I think if we concentrated on infrastructure, you know, when you build a road in a constituency, everybody will use, including you, even your own political enemies. What will happen with your political enemies? They will say, by the way, this guy is working, you know. You will end up winning them. If you have constructed a school and then children of your political enemies enjoy the services, the political enemy may change their own mind. But this issue of handouts, literally, and you will just attract your friends. Give your friends the handouts, they'll go and say, what was the criteria of selecting the beneficiaries, and what was the criteria of another person getting a boda from the handouts of our own taxes, and another one getting a washing machine.
Mheshimiwa, from what I can hear from you, it's a classic example of Kenya's bad politics.
Terribly.
Are we the ones to blame? The voter, the Wanjiku, or the politicians? The
leaders together with the Wanjiko, because the politician, of course, they value handouts more than development. In fact, nowadays, the ribbon is becoming longer than the road being commissioned. Yes? The speeches are becoming longer than TV series. And you know, when the speech is longer than a TV series, you are just trying to explain your failures, you know. You take a lot of time, you know, to explain something that you didn't do, and how you didn't do or how you will do will not be like when you have an infrastructure talking for itself. Because development, just like pregnancy, it does not need advertisement. Does not need those TV series, those speeches longer than TV series. It will advertise itself. A pregnancy will be seen. That is what development is all about. So I blame partly the leaders for really concentrating on handouts, not knowing that it will backfire, as I explained earlier, but also the citizen. Because citizens squeeze now is as if a politician is a mobile bank. But I can tell you my salary. How can I give you my own earned salary? Why don't you give me yours? Because you also earn here in KBC. I earn in Parliament. What makes you believe that the one I earn in Parliament, I can dish out, and the one you earn from KBC or as a doctor, you don't dish out? It only simply translate to, because I have access to public coffers, I can pick from the public coffers and dish out. Because Safaricom CEO earn closer to 14 million a month. An MP earn 1 million. Yes? The most managers of our banks, CEOs, earn a lot of money. But why are they not dishing out? Because they can't access public offers. But those who are earning less, who are leaders, MCAs, they are dishing out. Why? Because they can access to liquidate an infrastructure and give it to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The next time you are given an handout, just know that is a classroom turned into cash. Anytime you demand for an handout, just know through economic empowerment programs, just know that is a bridge being liquidated into cash so that they can give you. Because they cannot give you a salary. Because how can you, because we have doctors who are earning a lot of money. We have media guys, including you, I know. You are earning a lot of money. Why are you not dishing out? Because it is your salary.
I do.
Members of parliament don't dish out their own salary. What they dish out are liquidated infrastructure.
Okay, so what will be the campaign of this? What will be the main selling point this time around?
Kenyans are very clever nowadays. You saw what happened in Norkalau. When they make the decision, it doesn't matter what you bring. It doesn't matter you bring the gas cylinders. We took gas cylinders. We took mattresses. We took transformers. We took everything. But they had already made their decision. So ours as UDA is to try and convince Kenyans through infrastructure. Because I can tell you, Kenyans will accept nothing less than development. Kenyans are not like the Kenyans of 1980s. These Kenyans are enlightened. Most of them are educated. The Gen Z are very intelligent. There is nowadays a seamless passing of information from one generation to another one. You know, through the phones, through the digital platform. Everybody can really access what you have done. They can question. They can compare and contrast. You see, like when you come to Narok,
yes,
people from Narok will say, what did the former president do in Narok? What is the current president doing in Narok? And then they compare.
Yeah.
And they have all the information. And they can access all the information. Because my brother, if an opposition leader go to a podium and promise wananchi, I will build for you this road, SGR, or a hospital in exchange of their votes. An already elected leader is going to promise in exchange of what? You are already elected. You should be in your workstation. Today, if I meet you around in the streets, Uhuru Highway, loitering, I am 100% sure you are not on duty because your workstation is the studios of KBC, Channel 1. If I meet a doctor around a school compound, you know, I just know this guy is not on duty because his workstation is a hospital. If I find a teacher loitering in bars, I know this teacher is not on duty because his workstation is a school.
Okay.
If I find a politician who is elected, a member of parliament, launching projects on the ground, I know he's not on duty because his workstation is parliament. And you know, it's unfortunate. Leaders have become like contractors. They are in an infrastructure project during foundation, during plastering, during roofing, during painting, you know, as if they have become contractors.
Okay.
Yet, if you are a member of parliament, you have CDF managers to do that. If you are a president, you have ministers to do that and PSS.
I want to take a break. You've mentioned all those people, and someone is asking me, so if Sankok is not in Arusha?
Then I'm not I'm not on duty.
Very good.
And I can tell you today, I am in duty because we are having the EAC medical product bill, public participation, here in Nairobi.
Okay.
And the seed variety bill here in Nairobi.
You'll tell us more about that.
Yes.
Very good. Let's take a break with David Sankok. Today is one-on-one with him. Stay with us. right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, I'm with Mheshimiwa David Sankok, who is a member of Parliament of East Africa Legislative Assembly sitting in Arusha. But he says that you are on a working assignment in Nairobi.
Yes,
across all member states, that is.
Across all member states, we are doing public participation on 2 major bills. And luckily enough, I'm chairing both committees.
Okay.
Actually, subcommittees. We have the General Purpose Committee, which met stakeholders in Lillian Towers last week. The whole of last week, we had the Kenya Medical Practitioner Board, we had the Pharmacists and Poison Board, we had the Kenya Veterinary Board, we had all the stakeholders, manufacturers,
yes,
with the East Africa Medical Products Bill 2024. Because as East Africa, we want to be able to manufacture our own medicine locally. Because Corona taught us that in case of a lockdown, like what happened, then Africa remains as an appendix, no function but non-existent nonetheless. Meaning in the bunch of vaccine, we will always be the last to receive.
Yes.
In terms of medication, we are always the last to receive. So we are actually trying to set factories within our country, our region, to be able to set up factories. Because we have the human resource, that is the human capital. In any case, we are even exporting laborers outside our region. So we have them. We have the land. We have a favorable environment. That is the tropical environment, meaning we don't have winter or summer, heat waves. So it is very conducive for industries. We have the raw materials. So that is why we have that.
So is the bill standard across all the member states?
Yes, of course it must be standard. And it, of course, when it passes through the assembly, that is the East Africa Legislative Assembly, it becomes superior than our local laws, because that is an international instrument that as far as you have ratified the treaty and you are part of the East Africa, you have to make it part of your laws and they'll become superior than the laws. Just the way county bylaws will not become superior than the laws made in National Assembly.
Absolutely. Yes. So if this bill passes and it becomes law, how will Kenya specifically benefit?
Of course, if we because it is designed to try and have preference in procurement of locally manufactured medicine. Once we will be able to trace the safety of those products so that there is no falsified products. Because if today you falsify a product that is manufactured in China, how do you communicate and contact China to ascertain if this is actually their product? But somebody have just falsified somewhere in industrial area or river road. You know, you can't really contact. But if it is manufactured within Kenya, then it is very easy for even a chemist or a pharmacy to contact the manufacturer and take those samples and ascertain that it is actually true. So Kenya will benefit, first of all, by safeguarding our citizen from falsified and substandard products. Again, since we will have preference in procurement of locally manufactured products, it means then those big companies, Cosmos and international companies, they will have to set up, because it does not mean locally owned companies. As far as they are locally manufacturing, they will have to set up their big companies within our region. When they set up, we benefit from taxes, we benefit from employment, we benefit from consumption of raw materials. So we will literally benefit, and that is how countries become part of the first world. Yes.
So will it affect, or will it contribute to all the member states? Once the bill passes?
Of course, once it has passed, it becomes superior to any law or any law within the 8 member states. Yes. So any member of the East African community, starting from the Federal Republic of Somalia, United Republic of Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Republic of South Sudan, all of them, this law will become superior, and it will apply into their...
just out of curiosity, Mheshimiwa, will EALA construct a factory?
No, EALA will not construct a factory. The bill, what it seeks to do is to have preferential treatment in procurement and preference.
Yes.
In procurement, you will have to procure first from locally manufactured medical products. Before.
Okay.
It's like the other bill that I had.
You're promoting whatever is available back home.
Yes, it's like the other bill that I had passed in East Africa community, East Africa Legislative Assembly, where we will ban very soon, by 2028, we'll ban importation of leather products and exportation of raw leather. So anybody who want to produce leather shoes, leather jackets, handbags and so on, will have to set a factory within East Africa. The raw material is there. We slaughter in East Africa almost 11 million cattle.
Yeah.
And several sheep and goats and camels come here, manufacture from here, and then you can export finished product, but not raw leather. And we cannot import finished product, leather product. So it actually does that. And again, this week we will, from actually today, we are having the seed variety bill, the East African seed variety bill. Because, you know, we are under what we call political, socio-economic neocolonialism. And the worst thing is when it comes to food sovereignty. We are not sovereign in terms of food. We have been treated to what they say certified seed, which we cannot ascertain if actually they are GMOs or they are certified seeds. And these certified seeds, you plant once, you can't replant them again. When you are growing up, Victor, your grandmother or your mother used to dry maize for planting next season. Nowadays, you consume the maize, you have to go and buy the certified seed. There are only 4 companies in the world that produce seeds. If today they want to fight in terms of food security war, they just stop exporting seeds to us. And we'll only have 1 year before we starve to death as Africans, because these seeds are supposed to be bought, you cannot replant them. So we want to go back to the traditional seeds where you can preserve your own seeds and replant them again. Of course, they have not done that one to beans. They have not yet gone to cassava. They are almost going to potatoes. Nowadays, they are certified seeds of potatoes, you know. But for the maize and for the wheat, you can't replant the wheat that you have harvested.
It's good you've explained that. Just maybe in 1 minute, I know in EALA, all member states are equal partners. But what is the face of Kenya in the assembly? How are we in that platform?
I'm telling you, if there is any country that have to really support East African Community Economic Bloc, it is actually Kenya. We are benefiting more than any other country. Give an example of banks. Which bank from other East African community do you have in Kenya? But we have Equity in Kinshasa. We have a cooperative bank in Uganda. Our main bank within our East African headquarters in Arusha, the main bank inside that building is Kenya Commercial Bank. Our flights to DRC is almost 11 per week, and they don't have a public airline. That is an official airline. We fly into Burundi almost 7 times in a week. They don't have an official airline. So we benefit more because KQ and our airlines are flying. We fly into Tanzania. KQ fly into Tanzania 3 times more than how the Tanzanian airline fly into Kenya. So we really benefit. Our citizens are working almost everywhere in this region. And we must take advantage of this massive market, a market bigger than that one of the United States of America. EAC have 350 million citizens. EAC is sandwiched between two major oceans and the Gulf of Eden. Meaning, if we want to do business with the Far East, China, Australia, India, Japan, we can use the Indian Ocean. If we want to do business with the Far West, that is North America and South America, then we use Atlantic Ocean through Kinshasa. If we want to do business with the Middle East and Europe, we use the Gulf of Eden through Federal Republic of Somalia.
Yeah.
So we are sandwiched, literally, and we are the only economic blocks that is well placed to do business throughout the world. So Kenya should take advantage of such, with 6,500 kilometers of coastline, meaning we can access seafood, we can access the blue economy, 38 big freshwater lakes, including the second largest water lake in the world. We have the longest river in the world, River Nile, emanating from our region. The seventh largest river in terms of water volume in the world is actually River Congo. The largest and the second largest water towers in Africa are actually within East African Community Economic Bloc. We are also blessed that our land, which is 1.4 billion acres of land, is totally arable. We don't have a desert. You can use for livestock rearing, you can use for forestry, agriculture. We literally only have semi-arid regions. We don't have any desert in our region. So Kenyans should take advantage of it.
All right. I think that's, I had to give you enough time so that you can explain to us what's happening in the East African Legislative Assembly. But again, later on, probably as we finalize, think about this question. What is the standard, or how do you negotiate with other blocs globally, the EALA, Parliament, to market the member states in other, in a global stage? We have got COMESA, we have got so many, you know what I'm talking about?
First of all, in Africa,
yes,
there are around 5 very strong regional blocks,
yes,
which we think with these 5 regional blocks, once they have one language, and Africa having one language, Swahili is now the official language in Africa.
Yes. Arabic
is the official language for IGAD. Swahili is the official language for East Africa. Once we have these regional blocks, economic blocks, will form the building blocks of the United States of Africa.
Very good.
Yes.
Okay. So let's come back to our discussion today. You are associated with UDA and the ruling coalition.
Not associated, I'm a member.
You're
of
a member.
For now.
Okay. So what is the strongest argument you can make for the current government that will make it to deserve a second term?
That is a very tough question because I have been in the geopolitical space and I may not have had scrutiny of projects that have been completed. For me, I don't like, as a sitting member of parliament, already elected, I don't use promises. I know the Rironi Mau Summit is ongoing, but I'll only speak about it when Kenyans can use it. Yes? Because for me, I like to see already finished projects. I think that Atlanta Stadium is already probably finished.
Yeah.
So unless you give me time to go and scrutinize and see the finished project, because as a leader already in office, I should not talk about ongoing projects.
Why? You need to tell people.
No. That's what I was telling about you. Speeches becoming longer than TV series, and the ribbon becoming longer than the road being commissioned. Surely, if for that guy in opposition, they can make promise in exchange of their votes. But for me in UDA, why should I make a promise in exchange of what? I should actually be telling them, handing over projects that are already completed, because I should be busy in office. So unless you give me
So you
time,
want to tell Kenyans why you deserve a second term?
I know we deserve a second term.
Why?
But you'll give me some time to go and scrutinize the already finished projects. After getting gist of the finished project, then I'll come and mention. Otherwise, I run the risk of mentioning projects that are not yet completed. Like there is a project that is going on of phase 2B of the standard gauge railway.
Right.
But I like what Uhuru used to do. We used to board the train to go and commission the project. You board the train and travel to that place.
Yeah.
But if today I tell you to board the train from Suswa to Narok, you may not board it. So it is not yet completed.
I'm asking that question because even last week the president talked about, I don't know whether you're part of it, the health summit at the KICC. And he mentioned how SHA is working. That's the reason why I'm asking you, because the government has, including some of the leaders who've been here, have been highlighting the government success stories.
You know, the issue of SHA, you know, nowadays I'm based in Arusha.
Okay, basically, what is the government success story, UDA, success stories?
That's why I'm telling you, because I'm in the geopolitical space.
Okay.
Allow me to come back and see, because there are so many projects.
Okay.
I've told you about the Talanda Stadium. If I knew you will ask me that question, I would have gone to the Talanda Stadium and see if it is really completed and handed over.
You know and they're your friends, the members of the United Alternative Government. They're your friends, the likes of Kalonzo Musyoka. You've worked with them before, the likes of Matiang'i, Martha Karua, you know them. Do you think they will form a strong force to beat President William Ruto, or they are trying to underestimate the power of the political machinery?
You know, as a member of UD, I don't run the risk of repeating what Jubilee did when we were in Tangatanga. Most of these characters were also with us, just the way we left Uhuru and went to Tangatanga. And they actually underestimated us. So for me, because I have time, kurekebisha. Victor, I don't want to run the risk of underestimating them. They are a force to reckon. We are also getting prepared. And you know, Victor, you know, you are asking me today very tough questions because I told you I'm in UDA for now, but mimi ni mfugaji wa kuhamahama na tabia iko ndani ya damu. Unasikia? Na tabia sio kama uchafu utaweza safisha early in the morning alafu ukue clean.
Okay.
It is within us. That is why politically ufugaji wa kuhamahama have been there for us. We were in Kanu, we went to Kadu, from Kadu we went to LDP, from LDP we went to NAC, from NAC we went to ODM, from ODM we went to UDM, from UDM we went to URP, from URP we went to Jubilee, from Jubilee we went to Tangatanga, from Tangatanga UDA, and UDA to Kenya Kwanza,
yes.
And now we are in a broad-based government. All that time I've been with William Ruto. And again, Victor, under the new constitution, Kibaki was elected in his first term using NAC. For his re-election, he ran away from NAC and was elected in PNU. For Uhuru Kenyatta, he was elected the first term using TNA party.
Yes, yes.
But he ran away and went to Jubilee party for re-election. And now, mimi pia napima. I don't know if my president, who was elected in UDA, will run away to another political party. So hata mimi naangalia ndio niziwachwe kwa nyumba iniangukie.
What are the signs? Ukiangalia kwa mbali, what are the signs?
Broad-based government, no, we may go to ODM. Na mimi ndaangalia ndio nijue kama ndamfuata ama pia mimi ndajipanga somewhere.
Okay.
So that is why I'm saying ufugaji iko ndani ya damu yetu. Hii yote yenye nimekuambia tumekuwa tukihamahama kwa siasa, tumekuwa tukihama na William Ruto na kila saa tukihama ni kama tu ile wafugaji unaangalia pale mvua iko na mvua kwa siasa ni wananchi.
But Mheshimiwa, what do people want? Political party or an individual or ideologies?
Ideologies.
What matters?
Kenyans nowadays is ideologies. The only risk we have is that 4 million Gen Zs have taken the ID card, but they have not taken the voting card. And governments that are constitutionally elected cannot be overthrown through the Gen Zs uprising or streets and demonstration. They can only be overthrown through the ballot. So I ask our Gen Zs, the 4 million of them, please, today, just go to that registration place, IEBC, so that you can take your vote. And then you can assist us, change the leadership that you need and bring in those who you want to re-elect. But you cannot do that through the streets.
So it's about ideologies. Of course, you cannot assume the fact that we have got several blocks in the country. You know, this region voting, this region supporting that. We have got a kingpin here and there. The reason why I'm asking this question is, it is the first time that Kenya is going to face an election without your friend, the late Raila Amolo Odinga. But do you think his name is going to affect what is going to be, even posthumously?
Yes, because you know, Raila Odinga have been the enigma of Kenyan politics. To me, and I say this one without fear of contradiction, he have been the longest serving president of the Republic of Kenya. Whether you call him the people president, prime minister, or give him any other name. He have been leading half of Kenya for almost 4 decades. He was working with Moi, and the cooperation with Moi, NDP, and Kanu Maja, he was leading half of the cabinet. He have worked with Mwai Kibaki as a prime minister, a co-principal. He have worked with Uhuru Kenyatta through the handshake as a co-principal leading half of Kenya. He have worked with William Ruto leading half of Kenya. So to me, he have been the longest serving president of Kenya. And his death have left a vacuum in Kenya politics. Some of us build our political career around him, not necessarily working with him, because I've never, I just worked once briefly with Raila in ODM when William Ruto was in ODM. But he have been our punching bag in raising our political profile. You know, if you go, because I'm a pastoralist, if you go hunting and people say that you have fought with a lion, your profile will go up. So to raise our political profile, we were to fight with a political lion. The political lion of Kenyan politics was actually Raila Odinga. You can't go to the bush and fight with a rabbit or fight with a kangaroo and believe your political profile will come up. Now, hii mapanya ya siasa when walikuwa around Raila Odinga, like the Tom and Jerry, you know, this Mudavadi and Wetangula, you know, if you try to fight with them, your political profile will go low. So we did not actually hate Raila Odinga. We feared him as a lion, a political lion, and we had to fight him for you to raise your political profile.
Who did you call Tom and Jerry?
Maybe you are misquoting me. A slip of the tongue.
Who did you call Tom and Jerry?
A slip of the tongue.
All right. I was trying to get you there, but you know them. They're your friends. Allow me to ask you this question. Now, we are headed to this position. When it comes to coalition building, again, and you know how it's done, it's a boardroom affair. So what matters? National ambition or the science behind picking a candidate, or a personal ambition?
Yesterday, Kenya, boardroom will work. Kenya of today, it will not. That is why the...
You can take that again? What did you say? Yesterday, Kenya, boardroom will work.
Will work when you form coalition boardrooms. But today, Kenya, it will not work at all. Those boardroom agreements are for your own individual benefits.
But they have to meet somewhere and form a coalition.
Now, whether they form a coalition or not, Kenya decided. Have you not seen what, when there was profiling of the Gama people by Aden Duale, by calling them Fisi? You know, we ended up forming the Kenya Fisi Alliance. Of all Kenyans who have married wives from Gama community, because a Fisi can only marry another Fisi, you see? And then of all the products of that union, because mtoto ya Fisi ni Fisi. So we have the Kenya Fisi Alliance. Any Kenyan who married from Gama, and then any product of that union, they are members of the Kenya Fisi Alliance, to show Kenyans that Kenya is united and it cannot be disunited the way it was done in the 2007 post-election violence, when there was a political genocide mantra of 41 against 1. You know, that one will not work in today's Kenya. That political genocide mantra of 41 against 1 was given birth in a boardroom. And it actually worked in Kenya and brought post-election violence. Today, it will not be possible. Those boardroom agreements are for your individual benefit, selfish interest. What will work is if you deliver to Kenyans. If you do not deliver to Kenyans as an MCA, as an MP, as a senator, as a governor, you will be kicked out. And with this privilege of information, yes, everybody knows the role of every individual. They know the role of the governor, how much is in his access in terms of resources. They know the MCA, what extent he can go. They know the work of a senator. So they will judge all leaders according to how they have delivered. Most leaders will be kicked out. I can tell you, 70% of them will not come.
Okay. Mheshimiwa, you said you belong to, wewe ni mfugaji wa kuhamahama.
Yes. Na naangalia pale mvua iko.
Unatoka.
Na kwa siasa mvua ni wananchi.
Okay. So you are also a political nomad?
Of course, yes. Yes.
Kuna mvua wapi sasa unataka kuhama, unataka kuenda?
Bado ndio naangalia hata Victor, wewe utanisaidia tuangalie mvua iko wapi.
I'm not a weather focused person.
Yes, mimi kwa siasa mvua ni wananchi. So bado mimi nasikiza. Siku hizi unaona naita watu kutoka Narok, naita watu kutoka Murang'a, naita watu kutoka Taita Taveta. Tunakaa kwangu nyumbani, tunachinja kang'ombe kidogo. As we discuss, nasikiza venye wanasema. Pahali wananchi wako ndio mimi naenda.
So unaona aje mvua inaanza kutoka from wapi?
Mapana si ndio natafuta. Na kama utaweza nisaidia tutafute, basi you will have assisted me. Bado mimi natafuta pahali mvua, napiga simu, mvua iko upande gani? Ndahama kwenda upande hiyo. Ama ndabaki pale niko. Lakini nimekuambia, I've told you, under the new constitution, Kibaki was elected on a NAC ticket, but his second term re-election, he ran away to PNU. There
is something you're trying to say.
Uhuru Kenyatta was elected on a TNA ticket. On the second or re-election, he ran away to Jubilee. My president and my party leader have been elected on a UDA ticket. Mimi sio mjinga niongoje nyumba iniangukie. Ndaangalia kama yeye anakimbia. Akikimbia kwenda chama ingine, either I choose to follow him or nitafute kujipanga.
You know, history is very important for us.
Yes.
Politically speaking.
Yes, history
and
is the mirror to reflect into the future.
From the way you are speaking, Mheshimiwa, it seems that history is just about to repeat itself.
Of course.
Are you trying to say that the president will ditch UDA to another party?
The past is the mirror in which we reflect into the future. I'm not a prophet by all standards, but using the past as a mirror to reflect into the future. Siwezi ongoja nyumba iniangukie kama mwenye nyumba ameshahama. So hata mimi najipanga, naangalia, nasikiza.
To ODM?
Ulijua Kibaki with that rainbow coalition where he was sworn in on a wheelchair. He was in a wheelchair, where he was sworn in on a wheelchair with all that massive crowd chanting and unbogable. Yote yawezekana bila Moi.
2002.
All of a sudden, the guy is no longer in NAC. He was in PNU. So even with this shenanigans of hustler, bottom-up economic model, you never know if William Ruto will contest on a UDA ticket. Yeah.
Okay.
Na mimi niko UDA, lakini siwezi ongoja nyumba iniangukie.
You're still waiting for the rains. Okay, let me ask you. You are a member of UDA.
Yes.
What is one of the regrets you think that you promised Kenyans and you have not delivered with 350 to elections?
Ni mingi. Because we are not prophets to be able to deliver everything.
Then why were you giving all the promises?
One of them is the issue of person with disabilities. We promised them through a disability charter that we signed in race course that we will raise the cash transfer to severely disabled persons from 2,000 Kenya shillings to 10,000. We also promised that...
Has that happened?
No.
Okay.
We also promised that we will not go back from the gains. Any severe person with disability who was receiving cash transfer was also registered under NHIF because there's a thin line between severe disability and medical conditions. So every now and then, cerebral palsy, autism, they are in hospital. and using supplements. So we wanted to cover that. I think I have heard that SHA is not covering. We also promised that we will not go back to what the gains. There were gains in disability, that there were a disability indicator as a main indicator in ministries, department, and agency of government performance contracting.
Yes.
I've heard that so far have been removed. We also promised that in disability leadership, there will be a face of Kenya. But currently, you know, I was the chairman, National Council for Persons with Disability, currently held by Elizabeth Chesang. The members of parliament, National Assembly representing persons with disability, are Bishop Jackson Koskei and Harold Kipchumba. So I also see some not... so there are some promises that we have not really delivered, but I hope we still have time. We will be able to deliver.
With 350 days to the...
The 350 days are more in politics. Even a day is long in politics.
Okay. So when you are to sit again with the Kenyans and tell them, these are some of the promises that we gave you, and we have not delivered, what will you tell them? How would you promise them that you'll deliver? How would you convince them?
That's the way...
5 years? You'll need 5 more years?
Yes, because there must be reasons as to why some were not delivered and others were delivered. But I have told you, Victor, I've been in the geopolitical space. So most of the time I'm in Arusha. Some of these things I'm hearing from you. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. We are talking about the Vision 20.
You have been the one who have been in this country. You should be telling me what I've been delivered and what have not been delivered.
Your place is one now, from here to Narok.
No. I'm from Arusha. Don't you know I'm the member of parliament, East Africa?
I know that. I know that.
Where is the headquarters of East Africa?
In Arusha, Tanzania.
Where is my offices?
In Arusha.
Where is my workstation?
Arusha.
So I'm very busy reading the constitution of 8 countries and the treaty. Because any law I pass, because parliament is to legislate. Any law that I have to legislate, like now the East African Medical Product Bill and the Food Seed Variety Bill, I have to read 8 constitutions so that I align it to them. Because I don't want to have a bill that is in conflict with any of the East African community constitutions, together with the treaty. So imagine I have to read 9 constitutions, 8 of each country, and the treaty, that is 9, so that any law I make, I align it to them. So you are asking me about what is delivered and what is not delivered. I'm busy somewhere there.
I see what you're trying to do. It's okay.
What am I trying to do?
All right. So the president launched the vision, the conversation, national conversation. Let me get your point on this, of the Vision 2030 and beyond. What is your take on that? Having in mind that in the next 3 years, the Vision 2030 will expire, and from the East Africa bloc and stage, where are we? Are we competing favorably with our colleagues in the assembly? And do you think this conversation is timely, Mheshimiwa?
You are pushing me too hard. You know, Vision 2060 on top of Vision 2030 is like impregnating a pregnant woman and sitting waiting for twins. Anyway, but comparatively, if you go today to Kampala, even at midnight, there is traffic jam. And shops are open at midnight. And I don't think there is any mad person who will open a shop at midnight with those mosquitoes and cold if there is no customers.
Yeah.
I don't think vehicles can be night runners, that there will be traffic jam in the middle of the night. It only shows that the economy is doing fairly well. But in Kenya, I drove now to this studio, and I came at around 7. And there was no traffic jam in our roads. There was another day, I think the day before yesterday, I drove from Lillian Towers all the way to Kenyatta National Hospital at 7:30. The roads were clear. is a total indication that the economy is towards collapse. If today you come to Nairobi at 8:30, you will only find bars being open. All the other activities have literally stopped. What is that indication? We are supposed to move towards a 24-hour economy. We are now moving from a 14-hour economy to 12 hours economy. I think very soon we'll be in an 8-hour economy. And I don't think that is a good trajectory as compared to maybe if you go to Kampala at night, you go to Jinja at night, you go to Kigali at night, you go to even Arusha, Dodoma, Dar es Salaam at night. There is a lot of activities there. They are going towards the 24-hour economy, while ours is shutting down after 8 p.m.
Okay. Okay. So how do you describe the mood of the country as we head towards the election 2027 currently? Kuna kaji?
I wish I had that machine or barometer to be able to measure the mood, but unfortunately they are there. And you can even tell me, because you are a journalist and you were there when there was the Gen Z appraising, you know, it almost destabilized the whole country. So maybe from those indicators we can read the mood of the Kenyan people.
And what do Kenyans want currently?
Development.
Development?
Yes. Infrastructure. They need a working education system. They need a working health care system. So they need both the software and the hardware that is devoid of corruption. The problem is that corruption have not only become a cancer, but it have become part of our bones, part of our veins, part of our heart, part of our kidney. You no longer know where to fight. You know, when your heart is ailing, you don't know what to do. But when there is an attack of an external animal, and then you can spare the animal. But now you cannot spare your own body, which is ailing. Our people are ailing from cancer, in the inside of cancer of corruption, in their bones, in their heart, in their brains. So we don't know where to do the radiotherapy.
All right. And finally, what would you tell your friends in the opposition? What would you tell them? How to make things different?
You are very sure they are my friends. At the moment, we are in opposing sides. But I'm feeling lonely, you know. Feeling very lonely.
Why are you lonely?
Babu, we know, is a good friend. Ndindi Nyoro, you know, Muhammad Ali, Edwin Sifuna have been a very good critics of mine, because I was also fighting Raila Odinga, and he was defending Raila Odinga. In one or more instances, we have had some collusion with him.
Yes.
But in Winnie Odinga is also, I think, not very in the broad base. So I'm feeling lonely because it seems wametoka. So I want to use this KBC Channel 1 to plead with them to come back. I don't know if I will succeed in pulling them back. Now that they are majority on the other side, you know, when I hold the rope from this side and they hold the rope on the other side, I'm not sure who will pull the other, but I'm working very hard with my broken legs to try and pull them back towards broad-based.
Okay, you know, you've been around.
Yes.
So who is this one or two political leaders who've surprised you over the years, or who has surprised you?
William Ruto, from a chicken seller to the head of state and commander-in-chief of all armed forces. Sifuna, from just being a secretary general of ODM and a senator who failed so many times and trying to clinch the senatorial position of Nairobi. And all of a sudden, Kenyans are saying, Mimi ndio Sifuna. And again, instead of him giving handouts, he's the one being given. And you know, that is the direction we want to take as Kenyan politics. You know, when Kenya become a country where the citizen fundraises for the presidential aspirant, the citizen must get return on their investment.
Yes.
And what is the return that citizen can get? Good hospital, good roads, good SGR, and so on. But in Kenyan politics now, it is cartels who actually sponsor a presidential candidate. And then after that presidential candidate clings the presidency, the cartels are over his neck, asking him return on their investment.
Yes.
What do they want is tenders that are not properly procured and substandard roads that they deliver, but you cannot question them because they supported you.
Yeah.
But when Kenyans are the ones supporting the presidential candidate and other candidates, then return in the investment is actually development.
Yeah.
And that is what the Constitution actually had in mind when it had campaign, political parties campaign fund.
Yes.
You know, we had the political party funds that it is actually Kenyan taxes that should fund presidential campaigns and other campaigns, so that they also demand return on investment.
Yes.
And citizen can only demand the return investment in form of good roads, good infrastructure, hospitals,
Thank you.
and so on.
You said, finally, just a quick update, you said that the East Africa, the EALA, you're sitting in Nairobi?
Yes.
Just a quick update. It is open for public?
Yes, it is open for public, and we had asked our stakeholders to participate with us. I've told you when we had the medical product bill or 2024 of East Africa last week.
Yes.
We had all manufacturers, all manufacturers of medical products. We had all the players in the medical field, including the Ministry of Health,
Yes.
Ministry of East Africa. We had pharmacists and poison board. We have the Kenya Medical and Dentist Board. We had even the Kenya Veterinary Board, because at the end of the day, a medicine is a medicine.
Okay.
And we are not aware that unlike the human medicine, which we only take under prescription,
Yes.
in only selected times that you are sick. Like if I ask you what was the last time you took penicillin, it may be 2 years or 3 years down the lane. But for the animal medicine, we take them unknowingly every day.
So it's it's still happening right now?
The medical and products bill have ended public participation.
Okay.
But the seed variety bill is starting today.
Today?
Yes.
Venue?
Venue is our East African ministry headquarter boardrooms.
Okay. So it's open for public?
It is open for public.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mheshimiwa Sankok, asante sana for coming to the show. And we've talked about so many things, as well as when it comes to East Africa Legislative Assembly and what you're doing. Asante sana for being part of the show.
Thank you so much. And citizens should be aware of the animal medicine.
Okay.
When you eat that chicken, when you eat that beef, you don't know what it was injected. So mostly that veterinary medicine will find its way into your system.
Thank you.
Unlike the others that you have to wait for a doctor to prescribe.
And by the way, he's a doctor.
Yes.
Yes, he's a doctor, by the way. He's a doctor. Something you didn't know. Thank you so much. David Sankok, Member of Parliament, East Africa Legislative Assembly. Okay, let's take a break. Good Morning Kenya continues after this. Stay with us.